now life is what you make of it. And right now we're about to make some fantastic moments. Good morning and welcome to your top-rated breakfast show.
Definitely, because that's what we do here. We're quite intentional about what we create here on the show. Sit back, relax. You're going to have a wonderful time.
And of course, the weather is mostly unpredictable. The day comes with a lot of possibilities. But then again, we show up here no matter what weather. And be it rain, be it sunshine, we're definitely here to brighten up your day.
It's Thursday, Atsy Thursday, and we'll be bringing a lot of colors into your day and all of that. And we've got Abuja.
Abuja was Abuja, you know, as you can see.
But you did have a nice time.
I did have a great time resting with my parents and folks. I mean, everybody is so
Time
miss
spent
them,
with family
definitely
is the best. The
Absolutely
best, I must say.
Absolutely
All right, great to have you on the show. My name is
Thank
Mike Messi Kennel.
My name is Winfrey Agbaleshia, and you can also watch us live on GOTV channel 27 and UHF channel 49. Also download the TVC app on both the Android and iOS stores for on-the-go access.
Now on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and well, all of them. It's at TVC Connect. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigerian TVC to interact with us.
Yes, of course. Now we begin with some tech conversations. Shortly, we'll be checking the cute robots that can take care of your grandparents and some other new innovations in the world of technology.
And then we have art. We have Adelani Adedoyin, a visual artist who will be here for our art exhibition, mini art exhibition today.
Yeah, definitely feels great to be back here. How
It's great to have you back, Winnie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What I miss?
It's just welcome.
What I miss?
Okay.
You missed, so with Mary, Mike, and I have been hanging out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Been having good times.
How's that been? Mike, how have
I
you
didn't
been?
miss anything, don't worry. Well, it's back to it and all of that. But yeah, this morning I saw a particular queue and I really felt bad. There was this surge of, would I say I was really sad. The queue was so long.
The fuel queue.
Yes, it had gotten came out from like 3 streets. It was just going like that.
Just keep going.
So there was just this surge of, I really felt bad. Like, why should this? People had stayed there from yesterday night to this morning.
It's
And the
really
cars were there.
troubling.
I don't know. There was just this surge. I was just going through my mind, why, what? And then it seems like, okay, nobody's really saying anything per se. There's no official statement. When will it end? This one has gone on for what? This was long before Christmas or something.
Now, speaking about that, right? So I was thinking about it. When I was in Abuja, I think the fuel situation there is not the same as here. Because apparently they had fuel during the festive seasons. And I noticed even now, their fuel stations open, selling fuels, just that the rates are high. So my dad and I were going out one of the days. We actually got fuel at a fuel station, but at 290 per
But it's available. There are no queues there.
There are queues, but it's not as crazy as here. Most of the fuel stations are actually open. It's just that the prices are just at the top.
So
there.
the varying prices at different filling stations is what actually disturbs me the most. I always think about it because obviously the queues are more in the filling stations where the price is cheaper. And then this is January. Everyone is still trying to, be very careful with their finances.
And we're getting just set for an election that will come mid-February, sometime in February and all of that. So is this how it is going to, is this how we're going to lead into the election season? It's going to be chaotic if it goes on like this up until election season. I don't want to imagine what will happen during the election season if we still have this fuel scarcity. Well, up into it like that.
I'm going to think positive and hopefully something is going to happen as soon as possible. But the truth is the people are crying out. We really need to get a solution to this. At this point, let's take the weather update. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyison. President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived in the country has arrived the country from Nouakchott in the Mauritanian capital, where he attended the third forum for the African Conference for Peace. The president arrived at Aso Rock Villa a few minutes before 4 p.m., his foreign trip in 2023 being his first. The event saw President Buhari honored by the Abu Dhabi Peace Forum with the award for strengthening peace in Africa. The president, in his address at the conference, stated that efforts must be intensified towards curtailing and preventing the circulation of small arms and light weapons and curbing the influx of foreign fighters into the African continent. He stated that the next summit of the African Union should take a holistic review of the challenges that continue to fester in Libya. The president also met with the United States Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, Rashad Hussein, on the sidelines. He further stated that a number of people disguise under the cover of religion to advance their economic and political agenda, as he advised that continuous education is urgently required to enlighten the larger populace. 2 traditional rulers in Edo State have been arrested by the police over their alleged involvement in last week's kidnap of passengers in the train attack. Briefing journalists on the development, the State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehekware, and said 5 other persons have also been arrested, and the remaining 2 victims have been rescued. He commanded the security operatives for their, or rather commended the security operatives for their efforts and the people for their support in the fight against criminality. He assures of government readiness to make Edo a safe place. Identities of the 2 traditional rulers are yet to be made public.
A success story is the issue of the Igwebe kidnapping. We're pleased to announce that the last 2 victims have been rescued, and 7 suspects in custody, including 2 village chiefs. So we want to thank the press for the support they gave us in the last 1 week, at least, the last 1.5 weeks on this hostage. The way you've managed the information, the way you've reported it, Edo State government is grateful, and we thank you very much.
The 3 main figures in Ukraine's interior ministry have been killed in a helicopter crash beside a nursery in an eastern suburb of the capital, Kiev. Interior Minister Denis Monastry, 42, died alongside his deputy minister and state secretary. Authorities say 14 people died when the helicopter came down in Brovary on Wednesday morning, including 1 child. There is no indication the crash was anything other than an accident. The SBU, State Security Service, said it was following several possible causes for the crash, which included sabotage, as well as a technical malfunction or breach of flight rules. The State Emergency Service had previously stated that up to 18 people were killed, but later revised the death toll from the crash, saying 14 had died. Mr. Monastrisy, who was one of the president's longest-serving political advisors, is the highest-profile Ukrainian casualty since the war began.
I'll be starting today with The Punch. And here for the major headlines, we have fuel scarcity bites harder. Marketers blame NNPCL. We have that on page 2. For the writers, we have meant to sell petrol at 270 naira per litre as supply gap widens, lingers. NNPC GMD defends subsidy oil production, now 1.52 million barrels per day. And right there above the masthead to the very left, we have Nigeria owes China, Japan, Germany, 2 others, $4.85 billion. And we have that on page 20. And to the very right of that, we have Emefiele appeals court summons, challenges judge We have that on page 20 as well. To the right of that, we have Envy Stopped Abiola from Emerging Presidents. We have that from Obasanjo on page 12. And scrolling past the images of fuel stations packed with cars, we have at the bottom of the paper to the very left, train attack 2 Edo chiefs, 5 others arrested. We have that on page 2. Federal government asks U.S. to probe Nigerian Don's death. We have that on page 5. To the very right, we have Delta 2022, monumental metal padding taints National Sports Festival. We have that on page 28 and 29. And that's all I'm taking for the Punch. I'm moving quickly on right now to The Guardian. Here for the major headlines, we have posers on Buhari's security success. And we have $1 billion anti-terrorism spending. We have, for the writers, we have Nweze, how over-invoicing, lack of transparency make nation unsafe. No price too high to pay for political stability. Retired Deputy IGP justifies anti-terrorism funding. Insecurity worse under current administration. Sislak insists. And at the top, below the masthead, we have CBN allays fears over counterfeit new Naira notes. We have that on page 5. Buhari okays 1.9 trillion Naira for NNPC to reconstruct 44 federal roads. We have that on page 4. To the right of that, we have Obong of Calabar, re-elected days after sacking by Supreme Court. We have that on page 28. And to the right of that, we have, I was offered 10 million Naira visa to implicate Seriki, says of a robbery suspect. We have that on page 29. And to the strip below there, we have senior advocates question legal framework of 2023 elections on page 3. And below that, we have, I understand Nigeria's issues, says Kwankwaso at Catham House on page 3. And that's all we'll be taking for the newspaper headlines right about now. We'll go on a quick short break, and when we come back, we have Coffee Gist.
Okay.
Yo. Welcome back. So yesterday up into this morning, Wizkid and Davido have been trending. Wizkid and Davido, as it were, both. And that was because of a post Wizkid made on his story where he said that after his MLLE tour, More Loveless Ego tour, he says, get ready, I and Davido are going on a tour. He say, gather your coins. I know one here, PM, get your money ready. Finally, he's going to go on tour with Davido. And as a cause of his reactions, different reactions have been coming online, with a number of people saying that Wizkid is losing relevance, which is why he wants to go on a tour with Davido at this moment. Now, a prior interview where Davido said he had done all he could. You understand? He said in that interview, Davido says that he had reached out to Wizkid for them to have a joint album. He had reached out for them to tour. He had reached out for 30BG and Starboy to come together on the table and squash any beef and settle, but it never happened.
Okay.
And so the question was like, hey, Wizkid, why now? There was a time when you guys were undisputed 1-1 or 1-2 or whatever, and you didn't do it then. Why are you doing it now?
That's an interesting question.
Or why do you want to do it now?
Well, there's a reason why it's called the music business. I would always see Wizkid as a very good businessman. He understands the industry and has been there for quite a while. And then also because of what happened with Davido and his family last year, I feel like it's very likely this is more of supporting a brother in the industry more than anything else. This is after his own tour, not before it. So if he had any worries or any issues, wouldn't he bring that forward? Wouldn't he bring a tag team tour forward as opposed to after his own tour? That's one. Then two, I think people just they're all just looking for something to talk about online. They don't have anything to say. Why would you say Wizkid is losing relevance? I don't think so. That's just my opinion.
Danny, what do you think about it?
Was there a beef between Wizkid and Davido. Like,
Was there really a
individually.
beef, or was it just their fans?
Was it their fans? Because because I honestly feel it's the fans most times. Even now, with everything that's happening, we can see the fans are obviously, I mean, there are a lot of memes that have come out between yesterday and today, and I've literally done the same, I've just been laughing. So I'm like, I don't think there was actually any particular problem with them personally. Maybe musically, right? But personally, I don't think. But then again, when I saw the post, the first thing that came to my mind, of course, Wizkid is doing, just as he said, doing this to support Davido. I mean, he went through something tough. Do you understand? And something like that, it won't be so easy for you to just come back and then. So I think this is a great move to actually just trigger him right back into like doing what he does best and all of that. Even if we know, I mean, Davido always has that energy and all of that. Yeah.
You know, there's been talk about how even both of them are no longer what they used to be, say, 5, 6 years back. I mean, last year, we know that the raving artist is Ashake. There's been talk about, in fact, last year when Google released their analytics, at the top 10, Davido and Wizkid were not there.
Okay.
For the most
That was at
searched
the end of
artists.
the year.
Yeah, at the end of the year, last year. And that's the first time in quite a while. Davido, Wizkid, even Burna Boy.
I actually think that's a good thing.
The person who topped it was Oxlade. Number 2 was Ashake. And then, from what I saw.
It shows that the industry is growing and growing in the right direction.
Okay.
Because
we're having the younger people now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's totally reasonable. Yes, it is growing. The new people, like fresh people, are coming out, and it's fine. You can never say Davido or Wizkid will lose their relevance totally, right? Well, they'll just give space. There'll just be more room created for the new guys to emerge and literally flourish. And of course, you know these Gen Z.
Sky is big enough for everyone, yeah?
Sky is big enough for everyone, please.
Remember, it's not everything you see online that you should really just take hook, line, and sinker. It's called the music business for a reason. They've stoked the flames now, and everybody's gonna go out and buy tickets.
Yeah, well, but I would say that maybe I will agree to the point that the buzz might not be as much as it would have been maybe say 5 years back.
But I still feel the buzz will be crazy.
Yeah,
We'll
it will
find
be.
out.
It will be.
We have been
But maybe like 5 years back, there's that time when they were like, you know. But
All right then, guys, it's about time for us to take a quick break. We'd love to know what you think. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Stay with us.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen, and of course I'm here with Chef Ken, and we're making something quite interesting today. Hi, Chef Ken, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
All right, so now tell me, what exactly are we making today?
We're making Singaporean noodles.
Singaporean noodles. Okay, I guess this is from Singapore.
Yeah.
Obviously, as the name implies. Okay, so now tell me what exactly we need to bring this to life.
We need vermicelli, that's rice steak.
Vermicelli.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
And we need chicken breast. You can actually use chicken thigh.
Okay.
We have sausage.
Okay.
You can also use shrimps or prawns or whatever protein you like.
Okay, you like. Okay.
Bell peppers.
Okay. Onions.
Onion, carrots.
Okay.
The sauces are what are very important.
Okay.
Here is the soy sauce, oyster sauce, sesame oil, and here in our dry mix we have the onion powder, the garlic powder, black pepper.
Black pepper.
And here we have our egg and our vegetable oil.
Oh, wow, interesting. So we have all of that for our Singaporean noodles. So now tell me, what's the process for bringing this dish to life?
First of all, we have to have like a boiling water.
Okay.
Then we have to soak the vermicelli inside the boiling water.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it takes so much time to cook, right?
It doesn't.
It doesn't, right? How many minutes?
Can soak it for about, say, 2 minutes.
So we're not cooking it directly, we're just soaking it?
Yeah, you're just soaking it.
Okay, so soak it for 2 minutes in boiling water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you sieve out, then you dry off.
Okay.
Then you make a stir fry and
Tell me I want to just give me a summary. Tell me how do we make this stir fry?
Okay, first of all, you heat your oil.
Yes.
Then
which oil? Which of the oils now?
Vegetable oil.
Just normal vegetable oil?
Yeah,
okay.
Then you mix your sauces together.
Okay.
Then, and then you scramble your eggs.
Yes.
Take it out, stir fry your
chicken
or your sausage or your prawns or whatever protein you want to use.
Okay.
Then you bring them out and get your vegetables in. You saute them.
Okay.
After sauteing them, you put your vermicelli, you mix your sauce, you already mix sauce, you put it on top and
And that's
easy.
it. So you
Yeah.
just stir fry everything together.
Yes.
So now, specifically for these sauces, you said we have to. That actually was most important.
Yeah.
So there we have dark soy sauce.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a substitute for that?
No.
For dark soy sauce.
No.
What of normal soy sauce? We
You
don't
can
use-
actually use that. Any of the two. Depends on how dark you want your noodles
So what's the
to be.
difference now between normal light soy sauce and dark soy sauce? Aside the color, is there any other difference?
No,
There's no other difference. It's
Yeah,
just the
just
color.
the color,
Oh
yeah.
wow, interesting. Okay, so now, and of course we have oyster sauce.
Yeah.
So now, I think the problem I have most times is how to know what measure to use.
Okay.
How to know what to measure, like how to measure
If you
it.
want to use the dark soy sauce,
Yes.
you can use 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce,
One, okay.
1 teaspoon of oyster
Oyster sauce, okay.
and maybe 2 tablespoons of sesame oil.
So tablespoons of sesame,
Sesame
oil.
oil,
So that means
yeah.
we need more sesame oil.
Yeah.
What exactly does sesame oil do since we already have vegetable oil? Why not just fry with sesame oil?
It gives you that, no, you can't fry with sesame oil.
You can fry with sesame oil,
No,
really?
no, you
Okay.
can't fry. The sesame oil gives you that Asian feel.
Okay.
Makes it, when there's kind of aroma you get when you're having Asian meals. Sesame oil is actually what makes it different. Oyster
Okay.
sauce makes it get that sweet
Okay, that sweet taste,
flavor, yeah.
okay.
And soy
Dark-
sauce
dark
does its
soy.
own magic in it.
Does its own magic. Okay, it actually seems like a very straightforward dish, nothing
Very
too
straight.
complicated.
Yeah.
So once we soak our, give me the name of that again.
Vermicelli or rice stick.
Vermicelli or rice sticks.
Yeah.
So we call it noodles? Is it called noodles? No. But the dish is called Singaporean noodles.
Yeah.
So when is uncooked is rice sticks.
yeah.
When you cook it, it transforms to noodles.
Singaporean noodles.
Interesting. In case you're just joining us, we're making Singaporean noodles and what do we do? That's all now.
That's all.
Singaporean noodles. So the chicken breast. And the ingredients we need for that are like garlic, carrots, onions, franks, I guess sausages, scallions, soy sauce, rice steak, sesame oil, bell peppers, oyster sauce, and chicken breast. Okay, so now the chicken breast. Now, what's the preparation for this one?
I would have
Quickly.
to debone it,
Yes.
then chop it.
Chop it, okay.
Yeah, then I have to saute it.
So we're sauteing this and the sausages,
Yeah.
correct? Okay, great. All right, let's allow Chef Ken to actually get into making our Singaporean transformable noodles. Right, and right about now, we're actually having an interesting conversation.
All right then, so it's Thursday, and on Thursdays, art comes alive right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We always look forward to mini exhibitions that we get to have, and we meet amazing artists like this one. Adelani Adedoyin is here with us. Welcome. She's a visual artist, and when it comes to unique art pieces, honestly, I have to say, first of all, a round of applause for you.
Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm saying wow for one reason and one reason only. There's one art piece you brought to show us today that you made entirely by hand.
Yeah.
What do you call this type of media of art?
It's called embroidery.
Embroidery.
Yeah.
The same type of embroidery we have on our
Yeah,
clothes.
something close to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you embroidered this art piece.
Yes.
Okay, talk to us about the art piece itself, the muse in it.
Okay. As you can see, the work is titled Beautiful Memories.
Okay,
I decided to use a black and white image
okay,
to represent my present situation, and the butterflies are in colors, which shows the memory I'm trying to reminisce.
okay.
So the butterflies are seen flying around her, and she is smiling, showing the joy she is deriving from remembering a beautiful memory of the past.
Okay. Now I have to ask how long it took you to put this piece together.
If I may say, it took me 6 months.
6 months.
Yes, but not on a straight.
Okay, at a stretch.
Yeah, not at a stretch. I have to leave it and paint, because I paint also.
Okay.
I majored in painting, but embroidery came to me during my project in school, when I was asked to do something unique that I've never done before. Nobody taught me how to do it. I tried to use my childhood hobby, which is knitting
Okay.
and crocheting, to experiment on painting, which led to the born of embroidery. So many people have been doing embroidery,
Yeah.
which I never knew. Along the line, I started meeting artists too that does that.
So this is the piece we're talking about. in black and white, and you have colorful butterflies all around and a very smiley, happy face there. So you're saying that did you use a machine for this?
No.
Not a machine.
No.
By hand?
By hand.
Every single thread by hand?
Yes.
Goodness me. 6 months, I feel, is even, it's not even long enough. But you need to talk to us about some of the challenges you came across while making this.
Challenges, well, as a mother, I have a lot of challenges.
Okay.
From taking care of the kids and thinking of when or what time to start work. Mostly I do my embroidery at night when my kids are sleeping.
Okay.
And the concept is a challenge because it came to me to do something of a sweet memory. So me getting a perfect picture that will suit the information I'm about to pass was kind of challenging. After which, coming up with the butterfly thing is another thing because I realized butterfly makes people happy. Even though they are not so friendly to Africans, but they make us happy anytime we see them. That is another one. And the most painful challenge is the puncturing of my hands.
You were puncturing your hands?
Yes, a lot.
Because you were actually using needles?
Needles, yes.
Wow.
Sometimes blood, sometimes the pain may make me stop working for a week or so.
Wow.
Before I'll go back to it.
Okay, so I'm just trying to imagine you sitting there and embroidering one by one into canvas. Yeah. Did the canvas ever get affected? So I know canvas can be quite delicate as well. Yes. Is there a special type of canvas or just the same canvas you use?
The same canvas everybody uses.
And it didn't tear or pop or it didn't at any point?
No.
That's very interesting. So is there a base of paint or glue on the canvas before you start embroidering?
It depends on the type I'm doing. Sometimes I do embroidery as a whole, but sometimes I mix it. This is mixed media anyway. Okay. The background is in color, and the image and the butterflies I embroidered. Why I did that was because I wanted the figure to be well profound, well defined, you understand? So I had to size the background before embroidery on it.
So those are some other pieces. We were seeing some other pieces flashing just now. And you sit, so how do you sit? You sit with the canvas on your lap?
No, on a table, on a stretch table.
On a stretch table?
Yeah.
And you just start embroidering. This is embroidered as well.
Yes.
The light and shade and color, it means you have to get special types of thread. Is this just everyday thread that you see in the market?
No. I started with a thread called cable thread.
Okay.
Yes, but along the line, I realized sometimes the color gets wet and it stains.
Okay.
So I had to research more on the type of thread to use. Though there is a thread called DMC, but it's not here in Nigeria.
Wow.
I had to order and it's very expensive.
So you import the thread?
Yeah. But aside from that, I also have another thread I use called ball thread. They're very tiny. It's more tinier than this one you're looking at.
Okay.
The image of the boy, the little boy, was done with that thread.
Wow.
A tiny thread, while the image of the butterfly is done with the cable thread.
Okay, so in your opinion, I know that there's some art pieces that have lasted hundreds of years with paint, with oil paints, and even pastel. But in your opinion, do you think your thread pieces would probably last longer than an oil painting? Is there some kind of durability that comes from using this media?
I've tried not to think about that.
Okay.
And also, I've thought about it.
Okay.
The thing is, I've seen embroidery that lasted thousands of years by the Europeans.
Okay.
And they're still in good shape till now. So it depends on the people that handles the work.
Okay.
Even some paintings get spoiled before time.
True.
We might produce a painting, and in the next 2 years, we see the painting cracking. So there's nothing lasts for long, let me put it that way.
Okay.
It just depends on the person that acquired the work, how preserving the person put the work.
Okay, we have another piece here with us that is also very beautiful. I love the choice of colors you use here. And now the media you use here is what?
Acrylic.
Acrylic?
On textured canvas.
On textured canvas.
Yes.
So what's the difference between ordinary canvas and textured canvas?
I'm somebody that likes texture, which is why I do embroidery in the first place. And me texturizing the canvas, I just want to have the feeling, not just a smooth surface.
Okay.
When you're looking at it, you're seeing 3 dimensions of the work. So I try to do something different. I don't know, some people have been doing it before, but maybe not the way I do mine.
Okay.
So I first of all put my glue in a tight nylon, then I press it over the canvas. Allow it to dry, then I paint over it.
So you textured the canvas yourself. It wasn't as if you bought the canvas textured.
No.
Is there a special type of glue?
Just the regular turban we use.
Oh, wow. Okay. The normal white glue,
White glue,
that you
yes,
see in a
yes,
jar?
yes.
Okay, so, and it gives this really interesting texture here. And it doesn't really affect, I would have assumed that it would affect the paint and crack the paint up. Did you ever have any worries about that?
No, it won't.
Okay.
I never worry about that.
So let's talk about your choice of colors. The other one you showed us was a black and white face, but this lady is in color. So what were you thinking about here?
The title of this work is Black and Bold.
Black and gold.
Bold.
Black and bold. Okay.
Like as an African woman, I see that in our, should I say our society or the world at large, they don't value women rather. They don't value us in the sense that they push us back in every area of life. They want us to remain in the kitchen and take care of the house. Let me say kitchen, don't let me say house. Because I could remember growing up, my dad would always say, the kitchen is your house. Why are you watching TV? Why are you playing with the boys? Because I grew up among 9 boys.
Wow.
I was the first daughter. So he would always send me to the kitchen. Go to the kitchen and help your mom. Go to the kitchen and help your brother.
Wow.
So that alone gave me this challenge that why will women be valued as nothing? Why can't we also do something men can do? So it brought the idea of me, though I never planned being an artist. I never even knew I would be an artist. But I should say art speaks me. Because I went to school to study mass comm. So along the line, I switched to art. So when I look at all these things, I try to voice out my opinions through my art. So I titled this Black and Bold and decided to use different colors.
Okay.
When I like colors.
All right.
And the color there is talking about the strength of the woman.
Strength.
The color of her skin.
Okay. That's the base of the art piece there.
Yes.
That's when you were applying the glue to the
glue,
canvas.
yes.
How long did you have to wait for this to dry?
Just a day.
A day?
Yes.
And after that, you gave it a base coat?
Yes.
And
Give
then,
it the base coat, then I paint over it.
Wow, wow, wow. Amazing stuff. Well done, and thank you so much for coming to show us these beautiful pieces.
Thank you very much.
Honestly, I have to say it's amazing what we can all do. Just before we go, how much is the embroidered piece? I'm interested. How much?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me?
Now on
Okay,
set.
don't worry, don't worry.
We can talk about that later.
After which we'll find out.
Yes.
All right, then you need to give us your comments and contributions on this particular piece. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tell us what you think. We'll be right back. We're taking a quick break.
Well, it's been 1 hour of the show done, but I dare tell you that we've spent the last 2 minutes trying to pay instrumentally for her face. Because that was you.
My face, that was me.
Winfrey, pay that. Winfrey, you're big. Pay this thing at
Let's
once.
share. Do you know what we'll do?
Why we share it?
We should wait now. Let me explain
Am I a
to you.
pilot? I look like a
wait.
pilot.
Shapes, Joe. We share it. You hang it to your house for 1 month.
No.
We'll move it to my house.
That
for
actually
1 month.
does. When you said it and I look at that, actually does look like
Does
you.
look
So
like-
you should get it. You should get
You guys
it.
can gift it
Drop
to
the
me
whole
now.
money. But she's ready, at least instrumentally. Well, you can make it happen. But hey, come on. That's what we give you here on your Feel Good Family Breakfast Show. Welcome
Yes,
to the
of
second lap of the
course.
show.
Yes, of course. It's still Wake Up Nigeria, as he already said. And there's still so much happening right here. And we have Chef Ken in the kitchen, whipping up some Singaporean noodles.
Noodles,
for
yeah,
us.
that thing looks like sponge.
It looks like sponge, right?
Yeah.
Yes. By the time it's done now, you see it will shift from sponge to
To food, yeah?
edible sponge.
All right, good. My name is Mike Messikeno.
And I am Winfrey Agbuleshe. You can also watch us live on GOTV channel 27 and UHF channel 49. Also download the TVC app in both the Android and iOS stores for on-the-go access.
Social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, it's all at TVC Connect. Let's get straight to what we have left for you on the show this morning. We'll give you a birthday shout out.
Yes, of course. Celebrating everyone, celebrating your birthday.
She are not going to talk.
I am going to talk. You know what I'm going to talk?
Don't worry.
Because I'm really, there's something I wanted to talk about yesterday. I didn't get the chance. So, you know, there was quite a lot of events last year different corporate events. You know, a lot of people had been sort of toned down on events because of COVID, but it felt like this last December, everybody wanted to do an event.
Yeah.
And that's when MCs like myself, yourself, Mike get to shine on stage. And yeah, so when we get on stage and take a microphone, we take on a different life. But people don't understand the intricacies of being an MC.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a chef, you know, you go to chef school. If you want to be, you know, if you want to do something special, there are different schools for different things. Which is why my husband and I put together the MC Academy. So we're having a panel session today, and we're going to be discussing with other MCs, comedians, hype men, DJs, about the intricacies of an event and how it helps to have a special way to groom the next generation of MCs.
Well, now go give me a job, make a call.
Well,
Is
hey,
it
there's-
Give me a job, give me a
You
job.
said today, is it physical?
Make a call.
yeah, so it's physical at Texas. So there's an event for
At Texas?
Texas. Texas. Don't worry, I'll fly to Texas in 1
It's
year.
the way she said
Texas.
Texas.
I
Texas.
was wondering that. Okay.
So Texas is
Okay,
happening
great
at the
one.
landmark
Great
today.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's one of our first panel sessions openly talking about it.
Yeah, great one, great one. So that said, if you've not known before,
Yeah.
to all of you out there, don't just like us for liking sake.
Yes, sir.
You have an event, wedding, party,
Corporate events.
even burial.
Oh.
Of course not.
Like,
it's part of an event, of
You need
course.
you need
Yes.
somebody. You need a master. It's a ceremony.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, maybe of course it's not. Sometimes it's celebrations. Depends on the age of the person. So not all burials are sad. I must say.
Sure.
And I remember saying something. I said, look. Whenever I hear somebody over 80, 90,
Exactly.
especially
It's
at
a
the
celebration
the
of life.
circumstance,
Yeah.
you know, I tend to, my outlook on life tends to be more positive on that one. Nobody will stay here forever. You know, so whichever way,
Yeah.
you like me, you like Winfrey, you like Titi,
Yeah.
let us know. Our money is not so expensive.
Not too much.
And
It's not too expensive.
And
And
for
take
personal passions as well.
yeah,
Just
passions
go.
as well, exactly. And take note, because of the fact that there are often comedians called for corporate events. You know that every MC can do a bit of comedy, but not every comedian can be an MC.
And not every MC can be a comedian.
Well, I said they can do it.
And to be honest,
find-
I
we
think
find
I
the
think it
humor
is
in the
necessary to
moment.
draw the line
I'm telling you,
between
because
MC
you know what
and
happens
stand-up
when
comedy.
events also start, especially when they don't say,
say, make them laugh, make them
No,
laugh.
they don't say, this is a personal experience. So you've come like 3 hours early, you're sitting down.
Yeah.
So pops are coming. MC, what are you doing now? MC, just be talking.
Losing the energy.
I'm
I mean,
not
Auntie, this is not what you pay me for.
exactly. Very important.
All right, then. So see you guys at Landmark later on.
Welcome into the Work of Nigeria kitchen once again. I'm still here with Chef Ken. We're still making our Singaporean noodles. And it's going. See, the thing I love about cooking, right? When you start, it just looks bleak
Yeah.
and without hope. But right now, I see a lot of hope because we have our sausage sliced, so it's looking nice.
Yeah.
Our peppers also sliced, looking great. Our carrots snatched, looking nice. On the screen right there, we have the ingredients we need for this particular dish. And of course, we have some garlic, carrots, onions, franks, sausages, scallions, soy sauce, rice sticks, sesame oil, bell peppers, oyster sauce, and chicken breast, of course. And right here, tell me now, Chef Ken, what's happening?
Oh, okay. I've actually scrambled the eggs. I'm sauteing the chicken breast. I've actually
Yes.
sauteed the chicken breast. So I'm sauteing the onions together with it to give it that flavor.
Okay.
So right now I'm going to add the vegetables to it. You can actually put, depending on how crunchy you like your vegetables,
Yes.
you can actually put it at the end.
At the end, right?
So, but I like to put it in the beginning so it goes
So
with
it
the
gets
flow.
tender.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course we also get out that extra sauce
Flavor.
and flavor.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because
from
every food has its own flavor. You have to
flavor.
let its flavor come out.
it. Okay.
So I like to put mine in the beginning.
So before then, you fried our, you scrambled our eggs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Did we put any seasoning in that, or you just scrambled it plain?
I didn't actually put any seasoning because soy sauce on its own has a bit of
A very strong, pungent
so
seasoning.
If
Okay.
you actually put a bit of salt. You can actually do that, because there are some
Yes.
persons that actually like salt.
Yes.
You actually put a bit of salt and you're not careful with the soy sauce, you get yourself into a lot of trouble.
Okay, so just avoid. And yeah, of course, I made that chicken sauce not too long ago, and
Okay.
same thing. So I was asking, should I put it on when I'm using all the soy sauce, dark soy, light soy, oyster, sesame, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think it's necessary.
No.
Right? Because I think they're all, in a combination of all of them, it's really flavorful.
Yeah.
Okay, so now our chicken breast, I noticed you didn't necessarily fry it for long.
No.
Okay.
Because it's tender on its own.
Okay, it's tender, so it doesn't take time to cook.
It doesn't.
Right?
No, it
Okay,
doesn't.
looking nice. So what goes in next? Your carrots? Do you want your carrots in
Yup.
there? Because I know carrots can be a bit tough.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they are also crunchy. They are actually very nice too.
Yeah, true. Very
Sorry.
true. Okay. All right, we'll just give that a good stir. And how long do we need to be stirring for?
Not long, maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And of course, our Singapore noodles here looking very humble.
Yeah, if you notice, we've actually
Yeah, we've soaked it.
soaked it and we've rinsed it with
And we've
cold water.
rinsed. Okay, so we soak in hot water
Yeah.
for 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we sieve it, and then we rinse it
Yeah.
with cold water.
So it
Okay.
stops cooking.
So it stops cooking.
Yeah.
Ah, true. So if we leave it in hot water, it's to keep
Cooking.
and getting soft.
Yeah.
All right, and we don't want it too soft.
Too soft,
of course.
no.
Yes. All right. Looks nice.
Thank you.
Looking nice. Coming together really nice. Is there any other thing we can add to this dish? Because I know you use only one color of green peppers.
Yeah, you can actually,
green
if you are
peppers,
someone that
bell
likes colors a lot,
Colors. I love colors.
you could actually use
Yes.
red, yellow, maybe the orange one, but it's not, the orange one is not so necessary because you already have your
Carrots, right? They already
yeah.
has that color. Okay. So, of course, feel free to go in with the colors of your vegetables, all the colors you can get. Can we use some broccoli in here as well?
Not
No?
really,
Okay.
not really, no. But if it depends on preference. You can
Depends
actually
on
do that if you
preference.
want to.
Okay, so when is our Singapore noodles going in? We need to see that.
It's going to come in.
It's going to, but not now.
Not now. So I
Okay.
want to mix my my dry ingredients together.
Oh, so you mix it together. So
Yeah.
right there we have onion powder,
Onion powder,
garlic powder,
and black pepper.
Amazing. Okay. For some flavoring.
Yeah.
Good. But we have onion already sliced in there now.
Yeah, but the onion, it's, you know, the sliced onion has this sweet taste on its own, but this one is going to go directly into the vegetables. The sliced onion has this own flavor.
Has
but
its own flavor,
Yeah.
right? It's not the same.
no, if
actually.
you can notice, the aroma is changing.
It is changing, indeed. It is changing. So we have to saute that for a bit.
Yeah.
Stir fry that for a bit as well. And then, of course, after that, our noodles will go in, right?
Yep.
Before our sauce. So sadly, we can't actually see that because we have a very interesting conversation coming up right now with Nino Michaels on the couch with Titi. However, we want to take a look at his music video before we get into that.
I want that video to end. I know you didn't want it to, but we have to have a conversation now with our guest. We are going to be getting up close and personal with Mano Michael. Now, he's a German, European soul star, but also has roots here in Nigeria. He has a particularly emotional voice, but he's also a businessman as well. It's great to have you here in the building. Welcome.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Great.
All right. So when did you get back to Nigeria?
Codedly last year.
Last year?
28, no, I think middle of last year.
Middle of last year?
Yeah, December.
Okay.
Came for the festive season. And,
Welcome back home.
Thank you.
So we're in January now. We've seen a brand new video, great music being pushed out right now.
Exactly.
What's that called?
Fading away.
Fading Away.
Yeah.
All right, give us a little background to that.
It's all about the past, the relationship, you know, mental health and stuff like that. You know, we are going through a lot of things in life, and it's all about the relationship we've gone through and things that we passed through. And at the end of the day, we adjourn that things worked out in a way that if you don't work out, life fades up. And, you know, the life we're living these days is all about people tend to put it up as a game. You know, relationship, I'm loving you, you're not giving me the same attention. At the same process, things fades out.
I feel like you're a very emotional guy, not just in your music, but generally. Is this true?
My songs, actually, my life reflects my music, so definitely, partly, yeah. I'm an emotional person, kind of person, yeah.
You're based abroad. You're
Yeah.
based in Germany.
Exactly, Munich precise.
Okay, so what exactly do you do there?
I'm an artist, like straight up, pure artist. I've got some businesses I'm running, like I have eateries and stuff like that.
Restaurants?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
like eateries, fast food restaurants and stuff like that. But
Nice.
mainly, I'm more or less the artist person. Like I go on tours. Next shows is in Canada,
Okay.
Ontario's, and some other places. I travel the world, like everywhere.
You also have some really beautiful videos, like the video we just saw just now.
Yep.
Now, that particular video looked extremely elaborate. You had a contortionist on top of a piano.
Exactly.
Do you have a hand in how these videos are designed, or do you work with?
Yeah. Actually, I do partly. I do most of my creatives. Like I tend to do. We artists, like I tend to, like, before I even go in the studio, I've already articulated how things is going to work, how I want things to be. So I'm this kind of 360 kind of person, like, perfectionist. I know how I want to go. This I want to go. This I want to. So I get my TV, my camera team.
Yeah.
Talk to them, they impose, they bring in their own stuff into it, and that's how it works actually. We put head into things. So I'm partly like 80%.
So, Nigerians and Nigerian music has been making quite an impact all over the world of recent.
Definitely.
What has the response been to your music in Germany?
Massive. Like my music in Germany is like, actually not Germany alone, in Austria, Switzerland, the whole European countries. I'm more or less there to be heard. There was a time I was with Snoop Dogg on tour. That was 2013.
Okay.
We've been on tour, so it's massively heard there. And the Nigerian music as well, because these days, like, I'm so proud of my Nigerian brothers and sisters. They're doing a great job.
Honestly, it's great to have people like you here that can tell us how it's going out there, how the music industry is growing, Nigerian music industry is growing abroad. But you came back home and you released it while you were here, a new song while you were here. Was this part of the plan?
Yeah. I'm trying to, like, integrate more into the family, to my base, and because at the moment, Nigeria to the world, we're the best when it comes to music. There's no way out. We're the best, and it's part of the plan, but kind of business-wise too. I came back home because of some business, just put up some new things out there. And
But I have to ask you what those new things are. What is happening? What are you building in Nigeria? Tell us.
Oh God, I just opened a new club.
A club?
Yeah.
Okay, like a nightclub, an
A
establishment.
nightclub, exactly.
Beautiful.
It's called Club MD's,
Okay.
not far from here, just at a place called Olora.
Olora, okay.
Yeah. Omole Phase 2 gate beside the place. So it's a kind of a luxurious kind of club. So
Amazing.
just gradually, it's about 2 weeks old now. And
Congratulations.
thanks a lot. I'm so grateful.
Putting together places like that can't be easy.
Yeah.
There must be quite a lot of challenges,
Yeah.
especially since you've been abroad for so long. Or is it family or friends helping you make it happen here while you're abroad?
No, I came, did it myself.
Wow.
I had the whole plans. Like, I believe in dreams. Like, say, you dream without no plan becomes a wish. So the way I do my things is that an artist is someone that dreams and bring those dreams into reality by painting it on the wall. So I like doing things myself. Come down, see how it works. Because what you do yourself, you value yourself more.
Okay.
So that's just the point.
All right,
I
then.
did it myself. I came down here.
Okay, so now you have an establishment like that here in Lagos, in Nigeria. You need something to boost it. Are there events? Do you have like live karaoke? What do you have at this establishment?
Yesterday was actually the live karaoke party.
Oh, okay.
So actually the whole game plan is this. I'm trying to do some monthly, there's going to be a winner just to advise and motivate the upcoming, some artists that have the opportunity. So what I do is monthly they're going to get something. There's going to be a winner. And at the end of the year, 12 candidates will come together and there's going to be a massive competition of maybe ₦1 million. Someone is going to go home with that.
All right.
And this Friday, we're having a white party.
White party.
Yeah.
Wow, I have white outfits.
Perfect.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I wish we could hear more about it, but we will leave a lot more to the imagination, and hopefully we'll be going to your social media pages to find out more. But the name of this particular track coming up is Amazing Grace. Thank you.
As a kid growing up or as a parent, and they say, that boy na stubborn pikin, you know, it's derogatory. It doesn't seem like it's something you would want your child to be. But our book today actually says that you should be stubborn. Okpayemi Ojo is the author of this particular book. Now, he calls this piece his COVID-19 baby, and that is what we're talking today, be stubborn. You're welcome, Mr. Okpayemi. Great to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So, be stubborn. It's a reverting title, because this is something that people would say, look, I don't want you, you should learn to listen to people. Stubbornness, of course, is associated with people who don't want to give in and all of that. Why the title, first of all, Be Stubborn?
Okay, let me just first of all clear the mind of a lot of people about stubbornness. Stubbornness does not connote negativity. It means resilience. It means not giving up. It means actually going for what you want. It means actually not giving up hope. That is what stubbornness is. And I think for me, it's all about how do you channel that thing in a child that you tame or you tag stubborn, or how do you help that child that you think, is going astray, or how do you convert it? How do you help the child? How do you nurture the child? So those things, they are traits, but if you can actually help them to actually channel it in the right way, it will actually help a great deal.
Wonderful. Now, the book is divided into lessons, as it were.
Yes.
And you have 18 lessons here from, let's start from the first one. Even when you don't know what to do, the only thing not to do is not to give up. To do is to give up. Or the only thing not to do is give up. Yeah. Wonderful. Let's talk about that lesson. You spoke about your restaurant when we were talking about how you built it and all of that. That was the piece from your life. Now, you said this is a story of your life. You're telling us what you've gone through and all of that. What part of your life really encapsulates this particular lesson one?
Okay, it was just, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in business, so I think since 2012. I've been like an employer of labor. And like I always tell people, I have a coat of many colors. And from a marketing consultant into hospitality, I'm a techpreneur right now. And so at the point in time, I was just looking at, I was bored with marketing and, okay, what else can I do? And it was just, okay. I grew up, as like what you called Omo Yalamala. My mom used to run a restaurant. Like, so I understand that. And if you look at one of the lessons where I talk about is in your DNA. So there's something in my DNA that food business comes to me naturally. So I was just like, okay, I can remember when I was quitting my job. I used to work in Idea's house. When I was quitting, and a friend asked me, I said, why would you want to leave certainty for uncertainty? I said, I want to go and set up my own business, and I just want to pursue my dream. And I told him, I said, if everything fails, I'll go and sell food. Because it's in my DNA. It's something I grew up, I've watched my mom.
With this thing you say, are you saying in some ways that there are some things that are not in people's, that there are some things that you might be unable to do? You have to find what you're good at. Like you said, this is in your DNA. That means it's something that maybe comes to you naturally, easily and all of that.
Yeah, and I think everybody needs to look inward. Okay. Look at your family. There's something in your family that is... And at times you just look at a set of people, you say, all of them are lawyers. At times you look at people's like, these guys are, everybody is like a medical doctor. At times you just look at some people, just like, they're like set of accountants. It's in their DNA. For me, it's business. My mom runs a restaurant, and it's something that actually I don't need to crack my head to do. Yeah,
You
it's,
grew up
I
learning.
grew up
because you
learning. I
mentioned
didn't
about how
even
you
need to
run
go
errands.
yeah, so
And so you understand the workings of a restaurant.
you know, I was looking at Tyson Fury. I was reading about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, you know, if you look at his dad, was a boxer. If you look at this guy in the U.S., what's his name? The $1 million guy, TM, what's his name? This guy he does exhibition now.
Okay, but yeah, just go ahead.
You understand what I'm saying? His father was a trainer too. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to understand that there's certain things.
You're talking about Mayweather?
Mayweather.
Okay.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? You need to understand there's some certain things that is in your lineage. Just go find it. You find
find
it.
it.
It will come naturally
To you.
If
Wonderful. Wonderful. Now there's something you wrote here, which a lot of people, you said don't fear failure. Now that is something that a number of people, you know, because of the kind of atmosphere we are in, people tend to, especially those who are very religious, they don't want to hear, say, no, I don't want to fail and all of that. But from what you're saying, your failure is part of the process. How can one embrace failure? How does one relate with failure?
You know, one of the things like I want everybody to know in this book is when you talk about failure, is actually, those are part of the ingredients of success. And we need to teach our children that failure is part of life. And that is why you see a lot of people now, they commit suicide, they don't understand that failure is part of life. When you train a mind, or you train your children to understand that you don't win all the time, you cannot win all the time. So when they grow up, they won't give up easily, even when they actually have issues. And that is why you need to train your mind you need to train your children and their mind even as individuals, that life is not straight. My father always tell me that life is not straight. So at a certain time, there was a time I went ground zero. I went like ground zero.
Financially,
Everything, yeah. It was ground zero. We had a baby in the US, and the baby had a hole in the heart. So, and we were spending a lot of money. All my finances, everything, we went zero. But that was, even after then.
Did the baby survive?
No, we lost the baby because.
After all of that.
I don't want to mention the millions, you know,
Yeah.
it was a whole lot. But that doesn't, after that, I came back and God helping me, having good support system, friends, relationship, and everything. And, you know, we are here today.
Friends, relationship, let's talk about that just very fast. How important is that while you're building a business or while you're going through life?
Like I'll say, don't build any business if you're not ready to build good relationship. Relationship is what's going to make or mar you. There are some relationships that are like symbiotic, and there are some relationships that are just, they just want to feed on you. I'm not talking of those kind of relationships. Parasitic relationships. No, I'm not talking about all that. But there's some quality relationship that you can always actually count on. There's some relationship, and you can spend relationship as you can spend money. You want to get some things done. You don't need to actually, even if you don't have the money, you can knock the door and it's gonna open.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now let's get into the end of the book. There's somewhere you said die empty. What do you mean by die empty?
Yeah, dying empty. Like everybody, we've got a lot of potential in us, and you know, I see every young people say, "Why am I here? I don't know what to do. God created us and He gave us a manual, and the manual, I'll say, is that the Bible or you have your Quran.
Okay.
But I'll say to you that is your life manual. You have the responsibility to discover yourself and make sure that at the time you are returning to God, you don't have anything you are returning with. Because you can only manifest here on earth. You cannot manifest in heaven. There's nothing after here. Nobody, but you have every of God's given talents, every of God's given deposit that you have in you, you must exhibit it here. And this is where it is relevant.
Wonderful. Now, there's something I like here, which you said here. Lesson 12 says, when you cut corners, you cut your growth experience. Now, we live in a world where young people, they want to get rich fast. There's fast food. Everything wants to get fast. I mean, and that's why I know people get into advanced fee fraud, as it were, and all of that. How important is it to not cut corners?
Yeah, cutting corners. I've seen a lot of people. You can cut corners. They cut corners everywhere in the world. But you know what? There's always a repercussion. You always have to pay for it. For instance, okay, cutting corners, I want to do a particular, let me say, I want to do a particular program. Or like I'm a medical doctor. I sort through, my university days and, I was trying to bribe everybody, or you understand. But a time is come that life is going to present itself to you, that you have to practice what you've learned in the university. And it's going to be at this bigger stage that you're going to be embarrassed. So what I'll tell people is, you're not in a competition with everybody. You're not in a competition, you're not in a rush with anybody. Just do your thing. The world might not actually, give you that attention at that time. The world might see you like you don't know what you're doing. But if you keep at it, it's just a matter of time. You're going to make headline news.
Wonderful, wonderful. I like that. You round up with what you say, the God factor. That's your final. This is very fast. How important has that been? How pivotal has that been in your life and your business so far? The God factor.
Yeah, there's like the Bible says, like it is only a fool that say there's no God. And, I've experienced God in a diverse way. I've seen him come through for me in a way that I can't even explain. So most of the time when, I just want to sit back and I just look at it at, you've been kind, you've been good to me, and there's a way I don't know if God has ever come through for you in the 11th hour. Like when all hope
is lost.
It's lost, like nothing is like sim. And I'll give you an example. I don't know if I can actually do this.
Very fast.
There was a time I was like, I got a project, it was like with a Dangote, and I was like, we are going to actually pay. They give us like upfront, but they just asked us to go ahead with the project, no upfront. Like they're going to pay maybe following week, but I need to commence the project like this week. I did everything I could, and there's a huge sum of money that I need to actually do, and I couldn't raise it. Over the weekend, and I'm going to start the project on Monday. On Thursday, as I was just like, what am I going to do? I couldn't do anything. Nothing could amount to. On Friday, do you know what happened? Somebody that was owing, another company that was owing me, they don't pay that day. They don't pay. They only pay on Tuesdays. And you know what? I just got the alert.
Got the alert. Wow. So, and this was quite abnormal. Wow. Well done. This is quite wonderful. Be stubborn. I understand. It's like you said, it's not just about being motivational. It's about your story. Your story there.
Yes, my story. Yeah.
Can learn from. All right. This is, thank you for sharing from your life. And I hope that people can learn from this one.
And you can actually get it on Cookaway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. So how is The Secret? How's it doing? How's the place doing?
Very well.
Very well. Okay, we have something here for you.
I was like, when I saw it, I was just like...
Yeah, I did, right? Okay, we have something right here for you in the kitchen. Let's head over to the kitchen.
Yeah,
okay, this way.
Welcome.
So, Okwayemi Ojo, he runs a restaurant, The Secret, a Chinese restaurant, by the way.
Oh, yes, amazing. You're welcome.
And this looks like Chinese food, doesn't it?
It's actually Chinese.
It is,
noodles, yeah. I saw him when it was actually nice one.
Wonderful. All right.
Welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. And of course, here we have Chef Ken.
Yeah.
Of course, definitely put together the Singapore noodles for you. We'd like for you to try it.
Yes, please.
And tell us exactly what you think
Yeah.
about it.
So we're going to be showing you, okay, so look how colorful it looks. Goodness me, some fresh veggies in there, and the noodles are amazing. We can't wait for you to taste it and tell us what you think.
Okay.
All right, so that's for you. And the chef is waiting eagerly for your...
For the review.
For your review.
For your feedback.
All
Also
right.
considering you
Mama Michael is also here. Go ahead, have a taste.
All right.
I'm just gonna just do this.